I'm going to take this yarn and pass it through this needle so we can easily put the beads in this yarn. So here are my beads and I'm picking them with the help of my needle, and like this I'm pushing them down on the yarn. So this way try to add more beads in the yarn than you require, because you don't want to run out of it while you're working, otherwise you would have to break the yarn, which you don't really want. So here you see I assume that this is much more than I need. So at this stage I can take the needle out. As I'm not going to use these beads straight away, so I am unrolling the yarn and pushing these beads down so I can work with the yarn only. So here I have got enough yarn to work with for time being. Here is the cardi I'm going to work on, and rather starting from the very corner, I'm going to start from this point and wrap the yarn on the crochet hook and take it out on the other side like this. Wrap it again on the crochet hook and pull it out on the yarn loop. So this way you are going to crochet a chain. At the fifth link or loop, you can say, I'm going to attach it with the edge of the cardi like this and start crocheting for the next. So this is kind of a bumpy chain I am forming on the edge of the cardi, and this is actually the base of the lace trim I'm going to make. So crochet it 5 times again and lock it at the edge of the cardi. Just make sure the chain is enough loose to create a bump. You don't want to make it line very next to the edge. When you are crocheting, the size of the hook and the thickness of the yarn really matters. So you make sure that you are using the appropriate yarn and the crochet. So here there are 2 bumps formed. You can see that is what I was talking about. So carry on your work. At this point, as there is a seam, so there are multiple layers, so that's why I'm struggling, otherwise it's not that difficult. Here I show you how to lock the chain with the cardi. When you pull out the yarn from the other side like this here, then hook it and take it out from the first loop like this. Then once again when you will crochet it, it will be locked. So carry on crocheting and enjoy the music. So here I show you this much part I have done. You say how does it look, and here I'm out of yarn, so I'm going to push these beads back again. Okay, then put the crochet hook down and unroll the yarn and then push the beads back so I can have a plain yarn to use. Well, I'm not gonna use these beads for this base layer. I actually need this for the second layer, but I did it first because I didn't want to break the yarn before I finish my work, I mean. So the beads are pushed back, and I show you one more trick which I mostly see people don't do, especially on YouTube. That is wrapping the yarn on your index finger. This gives you an ultimate control over the yarn. See, it is very easy to push and pull. So this is a great way to maintain the tension of the yarn during crocheting, which is really keen. So this is a tip or hack I wanted to share with you and show you how greatly it works. Like here, you see I have perfect tension and control I have on my yarn, and while crocheting I'm out of yarn, very easily I unwrap it like this. See, it's very convenient. Alright, so keep going until you reach on the other end. So here we are, the base layer of my trim is done. You see I have done it all around the edge of the cardi, including its back, and from the front I have taken it up to its neckline here and ended on this inner corner here, you see. So here the base layer is done. It's time to move on to the second layer, and for that I'm going to flip over the cardi like that and straighten up my crochet. I'm going to crochet to my left side, you can say. So this is my start for the second layer. I'm going to crochet about 3 times and lock it in the middle of the bump of the chain like that. So this would also be the same bumpy chain I did for the base layer. The difference is I'm going to add the beads. Also it would end at the top point of the base layer, not on the edge of the cardi. I have passed it through the loop of the first layer, then lock it and crochet one more time, and before doing the crochet third time I'm taking the bead and bringing it there like very close to the crochet like this. By positioning there I'm going to crochet over it. So here you see the bead is locked. So crochet one more time and lock it at the center loop of the first layer. I hope I have explained well. So after locking at the loop, I'm going to crochet one more time and grab one more bead. So here it goes, and crochet over it. So it is locked in the chain. One more time crochet and lock it at the highest point of the base layer like this. So keep going, repeating this procedure. See, this is how the beads are added. When you will do it, this is what it would look like. See, I have done the neckline. So carry on crocheting it along the base layer, and you will end up with something like this. You see, it's already a gorgeous looking trim. You can just leave it like this if you want. I show you the back of the neckline, you see, and this second layer has ended at the start of the base layer. Here you see the back edge of the cardi, and these are the leftover beads. I didn't stop here, and I made this beautiful crochet trim. If you want to know how I did it, please watch my next video.